Howdy doody there, it's your boy Tanks, and today I've got a tank review for you guys. I'm doing the Edelweiss. Now the Edelweiss is a Valkyrie tank that came out, and it comes in a package with the Edelweiss and the Nameless, and in the package comes with 2 crew members. I will say the crew members sound sick. They're totally unique crew members. One of them's a guy and one of them's a girl. The girl's in the Nameless, it'll be in the next video. I simp to her voice, you guys. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for the voices. The Edelweiss is the Valkyrie package, or the Valkyrie tank that is the medium version. So there was 2 tanks that came out with the Valkyrie package. It was the Edelweiss, which is the medium you see here, and the Nameless, which is the heavy tank variant of it, which I will be doing another video on tomorrow, hopefully. But we're here for the Edelweiss. So, let's talk a little bit about the Edelweiss. Alright, so it is a medium tank that has a solid power to weight ratio. This thing shifts, you guys. It really does feel really good. It gets up to speed good. It has a good top speed of 60. The mobility wise, this tank is incredibly good. I have no complaints about this, and even you'll see, even like going uphill and stuff, like you're still going around 30 to top 30s, maybe even to the low 40s kilometers an hour going uphill slopes. So mobility is definitely a plus on this tank. Let's talk about another plus on this tank, and that is the DPM on this thing. Now, when I'm telling you guys all of these things, the gameplay you see right now, I do not have a full crew in it. I'm using my buddy's account, and he doesn't have any Japanese crews, and I didn't want to blow his silver on switching another crew over into this tank, a full crew. So everything can be better, and when I'm talking about the setup I have on it right now, which is literally just 6 cents and equipment. Okay, so the mobility, although it is already really good, it can be better if you guys put off-road driving or something else on this thing, or even Brothers in Arms. Like the mobility only gets better. Okay, that aside, let's move on to the gun. The gun's got a little 240 alpha, I think 220, something like that, and with a full crew you can get the reload down to around 5.3 seconds with food. So that's like about a second off of what I have right now. Obviously I don't have any perks on there, so that makes sense. But around 5 seconds for a 220, 240 alpha is pretty good. You know, it's not horrible. It's not completely broken, you know, so that's good. The gun handling is also really good. As of now, I don't have any stuff on it, and I cannot say that I had a problem with the gun handling on this tank, even with no crew in it, you know. With a crew in it would just make it even better. It does struggle with pen, as you can see right there. I don't know if that was actually hitting his cupola, but it does struggle penning. You do have to fire a lot of APCR in this tank. Maybe not for tier 8s, but definitely tier 9s and ups. You're gonna really struggle to pen through some of the more heavily armored tanks in the game. So APCR is going to be a must-have in this tank. Yeah, I think that was a bad shot on my part, but you'll get the gist of it, you guys. I got to play a couple games in this tank, and the pen is really something that was just a little like, oh, and I don't know how I feel about that. Another thing I didn't like with the ammunition is that the AP rounds have pretty bad shell velocity time. Now, APCR is way better. It gets of 1,000 feet per second or whatever, so that's not bad. That's what you want to be using for hitting far away targets. But the shell velocity for regular AP rounds is a little lacking. Now, you can see here in the gameplay that this thing just got up to speed, going downhill. Hitting on the move is not an issue, and the reload is also good. You're seeing all the things that really work for this tank, but what about the things that don't work for this tank? The gun depression. Let me tell you what, you guys. And you might have noticed that even with that AP round there, that shot almost missed with that auto aim because he was barely traveling to the side. Anyway, the gun depression on this tank is absolutely horrendous, you guys. It's very awkward. Over the front of the tank, you pretty much have no gun depression, and at certain parts over the headlights, you have even less gun depression. So the only place you actually have usable gun depression is over the side of your tank, which means that if you are in a hillside, you need to pretty much show the side of your tank in order to get gun depression enough to shoot a tank. It's very, very awkward, and that is one of the big things I really can't stand about this tank. Also, if you're aiming down the side of your gun and you move your hull without turning your turret, moving your hull turns your turret as well. That is also something that's a little annoying, because if you're aiming down your sights and you don't have enough gun depression, which happens a lot, so you want to turn the whole of your tank so that you have gun depression over the right of your tank, it's going to move your whole turret to the left or to the right, whichever way you turn your hull, and you got to reacquire your target. That can be annoying, because if you're trying to do micro adjustments with your hull, it's really going to mess your accuracy up a little bit. I found that out the hard way. But these are little gripes, you know, nothing too crazy. I mean, the gun depression definitely hinders the tank a lot, but you can see right now, here is the equipment that I am using for this tank. Now, if I had a full crew on this tank, you guys, I would probably be using different equipment, or I might not be. Honestly, the view range on this tank is already good as is, so I don't think I would need to have coated optics. So I would probably just focus on the gun handling of this tank. And so vert stabs, vents, and rammer would probably be the thing to do. The mobility is already really good. I wouldn't mess around with that. The armor of the tank, to say it like this, it's there, but it's not crazy. You will get easily penned by tier 9s. You will get easily penned by tier 10s. Tier 8s, you'll get a lucky ricochet off the upper hull maybe, and you might get a lucky ricochet off your turret. But I would not rely on your armor in this tank. It's there, but it's not good. You know, you got really good mobility. You can't have good armor either. Your turret is definitely bouncier than your hull is, though, I will say that. And don't even try side scraping in this thing also. Now, you can buy this tank by itself, or you can buy it in a package with the nameless. I would preferably say, if you're going to get this tank, then you might as well just get the nameless also. Unless you really don't want to play the nameless, or you really don't want to play the Edelweiss, then yeah, you can buy one or the other. But it is good. You do save a lot of gold if you buy them packaged wide. Now, do I think, is this tank worth the gold? That is a little bit tougher. I think that there are definitely tanks out there that do the job of this, and they do it better. But again, I don't think that you're paying for just a tank. You're paying for something that only is sold every 5 years. It's sort of a collector's item, honestly, you guys. This thing hasn't been put into for sale in years and years and years. And when it does come on sale, people snatch them up just to say that they have them. Is it a good tank? Yes, it is a good tank. Are there tanks that do its job better? Yes, there is. So take that and do with it what you may. I'm sure with all of this information I've given you that you guys can make a logical choice on your own on whether to not or to buy this tank. I think that about pretty much sums it all up. If you guys have any more questions about this tank, drop a comment. I will definitely answer the question for you guys. Sorry I couldn't show you this tank in its full glory with a full crew, but you know, it is what it is. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor and whack the like and subscribe button, and hit the bell in the top right. It'll let you know when I drop another video, and there is a nameless video coming out very soon too, so you don't want to miss that. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.